Hi Bromies, it's your boy Ricky here with Bromero Cards. I hope you're doing well today. In today's video, I'm going to be making a card using some products from the latest release from Picket Fence Studios. I know, always great, always fabulous. You guys probably saw a video about a week ago showing the latest release, and you guys saw one of my favorite products in that, and we're going to be using that today, okay, Hennies? Because that's just what we do. So before we get looking at what we're going to be using today, I have a few things to ask of you, please. First, subscribe to this channel. I mean, obviously, I'm awesome. You're awesome. Let's be awesome together. Subscribe. That would be great. Secondly, when you get to the end of this video, and if you liked it, please make sure you give a thumbs up, because that lets the algorithms know that I'm somebody, I guess. I don't know. Let's see, what's the last? Oh, leave some comments down below. Tell me what you liked about my cards, what you liked about the video, all that great stuff. And then lastly, click that bell so that you know a new video has come out. So let's get down to the desk and look at what we're going to be using today for this card. Alrighty, so a couple things we're going to be using: a palette knife. We're going to be using some black ink from Picket Fence Studios. We are going to be using Paper Glaze Luxe. This is the Olive View version. Very pretty. It's got some gold shimmer in there. It's going to be really nice. We're going to be using the Sentiment Set Mama's Thoughts. And in here, there's going to be some plant ones we're going to be using. We're going to be using these itty bitty things. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I love these little plants. They are so cute, and I'm looking forward to playing around with these. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is fussy cutting them, because I don't think there's dies to match this. So if there are, I haven't received them yet. We're also going to be using the Falling Brick Wall die for this, and we're going to be using a Misty and some Copics and some black and white paper and all that great stuff. So let me go ahead and get set up for the first. Okay, so you guys, I am going out on a limb here and doing something that I normally don't do because it frightens me. I'm going to do a little mixed media. I mean, don't go crazy, because I don't do a lot of mixed media, so this isn't a big thing, but I'm going to try something new that makes me nervous. But let's go ahead and get down to the camera here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this paper glaze, you guys, and I'm going to spread it across this paper. I know. Crazy, right? Like, ooh, what's happening? I just thought I would do something different, you know? We're just gonna take this paper glaze, we're just gonna wipe it across this paper. We're gonna do it. Here we go. Basically, what I want to do is just kind of like paint it on a wall. That's basically what I'm trying to achieve here. So let me remove a little bit of this. There, maybe that. And I'm just gonna go. We're gonna do it a little texture, give it a little bit of jazz here. I don't know what I'm doing. Jazz? Really? What am I, like 5,000 years old? But anyway, we're just gonna pop some here, there, make it a little dense, just be mixed media. But anyway, all right, so that's really what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna get, this is a little crazy for me, but I really don't know how this card's going to come out, so this might actually go in the trash. I'm not for sure. But what we're going to do is we're going to set this aside, or we're going to set this aside to let it dry, and we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp out all these little beautiful flower babies. And I want to show you guys something that I like to do when there's a stamp set that has this many small pieces. What I like to do is take some of these Thermoweb Zots, they're called. There we go. I have like stuff stuck to it. Anyway, these are like clear adhesive dots that are on, you know, the sleeve here. I'm sure everyone's used these before. I don't know if they show up really, but anyway, they're like clear little dots, kind of the things that you find on the back of gift cards and things like that. So I like to put a few on the back of the protective shield or protective sheet that's already on the stamps. And I'm just have that stuck on here. I'm going to use the ink and ink it up and then just stamp them all at one time instead of taking all of these off. It's just kind of a pain to do that. And why not just do it this way if it works, right? So we're just going to take some Picket Fence Studios Intense black ink. I'm going to stamp these out. We're going to put some more ink on here. Get them nice and inked up. Might take a few times. Just fine. Just kind of press down on each flower. Yeah, it's looking good. Just down on those two. There we go. All right, so here we have all of them stamped out, and then all we got to do is take this off, take off the little glue dots because they're super easy to take off, clean these up, and we can just put them right in the packaging. It's pretty great. I love this idea, and I hope this is something that you remember to do next time. So let me go ahead and get this cleaned up. We'll go to the next step. Okay, so the next step is we are going to cut out the wall here. And what I decided to do is I'm just going to cut this out actually of 4 pieces of paper because we are going to stack this up to make some dimension. This sticky glue stuck to the back of this. So we're going to have to remove that before we stick it through the die cutting machine. Let's get this stuff off. I didn't peel it off right in the paper, so of course. There we go. Just stick that back on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this through the die cutting machine 4 times on a white piece of paper, and then I will be back to show you how I'm going to glue all of these together. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back to tell you that I'm a liar, because after cutting this out, I realized I'm not cutting this out 4 times and gluing this down together to each other because that's just a lot of work. So if you're able to do that, great. I'm happy for you, but I'm not going to do that today. So I thought I would just come back and say we didn't do the 4 pieces and glue them together because I didn't realize that it was this thin. Like, this is pretty thin. So I think just using one is going to be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the desk ready and we're going to do some Copic coloring. I'm not going to talk through the whole thing because there's a lot of things to color, but I'll color a few and then I'll play some music and then you could just watch along as I color. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to do a little Copic coloring. I have zoomed in a little bit here so that you're able to see what's going on. And I'm basically just going to do 4 colored pots and do multiples of those colors. So what we'll do is we'll go with this color first, the R37. And I'm just going to go in. These are super small, you guys, so I'm not going to be doing any kind of like crazy shading here. I'm just going to go in, color in the pots. And I'll take just the one dark color behind it and then just kind of shade it in. I'm not going crazy because that's a lot of work just for something so small. So I'll just kind of go down the line, choose a couple here to work on. And just color them in. All right, so I'm going to work on these. I do have some grays, a brown, and then I'm going to do all the colors of the pots, and then I'll be back, and then I'll show some examples of the flowers. I thought I would, record this whole thing and show you coloring, but I think it's going to be too long. So I think I'm just going to get these colored in. You guys kind of get the general idea. I'll come back and do some flowers. You'll get the general idea of that, and then we'll go from there. So I'll be right back to the completed pots. Okay, so I colored in all the pots. We have some reds, some browns, and then I did a couple grays. Now I'm gonna do the leaves for the flowers or the plants. And I'm not gonna go crazy with this. I did just a couple samples down here to see what they would look like colored. I'm gonna do all of the leaves mostly this green color. This is looking a little more neon than it actually is. And then this green that I'm going to use here is going to be for this succulent. So I'm going to go ahead and color the succulent in so that you guys can see that. And then I'll just color in one of the leaves sets for one of the flowers. And then what I'll do off camera is I'll go and paint the rest of them to get those completed. And then we will start on some of the flowers. So this is pretty simple. We're just going to get these filled in. And I did some tests down here because I'm not an expert colorist. I'm not an expert at Copic, so I kind of have to play around with the colors to make sure that they're, match or whatever the case may be. All right, so let's do one of the greens here. We'll just take some green there, and I'm going to make this all green there. And then we'll take the lighter color and come in and just go over that. And I'm going to work on, actually, that looks like it might need a darker green for the stem. So let's try, let's see if this is darker. I should have tested this out. It's about the same, but I think it'll be okay. I might try to find a darker green. So I'll be back, and then all of the leaves to the plants and the flowers will be colored. Okay, so we got all the green in for the leaves. You guys, not for sure I'm filling these guys because I did mess up a little. It's going to be fine. But I decided just to do one color for the rest of them because it was looking a little, I didn't like how this looked. And I missed some greens there. So let's go ahead and bring this guy back. Get these in. There we go. And then now for all the flowers, I'm just doing one color. And I'm going to go in here and just pop some color into these little flowers. They're so little that I can't justify doing multiple colors. The only one I might do multiple colors on are these bigger guys. Maybe that one, but outside of that, all the other ones are pretty much just going to be one color because you know what I don't have time for? Tiny colors. And then blending those tiny colors. So we just got some red. Let's see. Let's do this guy. Maybe. They could be red and white. And then I think that's good for the reds. And then for the oranges, we can maybe do these guys. And then maybe these little guys. And then, I'll do these orange. And then we'll come in with the yellow. And we'll do that. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and get all these colored in. Then I'll be back to show you the results. Okay, so we have all the flowers colored, everything's good. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you about something that is controversial. People, so if you're new here, what we're gonna have to do is take these scissors and cut these out. It's called fussy cutting. And there's only one type of person that loves to do this, and listen to my advice. If you're around someone and they say, "Oh my God, I love fussy cutting," run. They're crazy. They're a serial killer. I don't know what they'll do. They're just crazy. I'm just kidding. But basically, what we do, let me zoom out here. Whoops, zout. There we go. Basically, we're going to take each one of these. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but we're just going to cut out each one of these and then take the scissors and then just cut out each individual flower. And the key to this is just moving the paper, not moving the scissors. I'm going to try my best to have a white outline around my flowers, but if I mess up and I don't, or if it's uneven, you know what? We're just going to go with it because I'm not crazy, so I'm not used to fussy cutting all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my time. I'm going to cut out probably most of these, and I'll be back and we will start the next part. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the sentiment for this card. And I think what I'm going to do is, because it's plant related, I think I'm going to do a plant related sentiment. So I think I might do this. Thanks for watering my plants. I think that one's cute. So we're going to take this. I'm going to place it down here. My head might get in the way. Pardon if it does. So make sure that's straight. Looks straight. Let's see. All right. We're going to use our anti-static tool here. And then use some clear embossing ink. I'm going to stamp that down. Just do it lightly though, because we don't want it to get too smushed and distorted. So we'll just do a light stamping. Looks good. And then we will put our embossing powder on. That looks good. So what I'll do is I'm going to take this off camera, I'm going to heat emboss this, and then I'm going to cut this into a strip, and I'll be back and we'll start putting the card together. Okay, now we have all the pieces to make the card, so we're going to go ahead and start that process. The first thing I'm going to do is we are going to put some foam tape on the back of this piece of black cardstock, and as you can see, that's very textured. I kind of love that. That's the most mixed media that I think I've ever done in my card making career. So, yay me. All right, so we're just gonna put some foam tape on the back of this. It is a little warped. I probably could have taken it through a die cutting machine so I didn't have to put foam tape on the back, but it's gonna be all right. I don't know, I just didn't use these smaller pieces for something else, you guys. Here I am, fighting to get little pieces of paper off. Oy. All right. Now let me make sure this is Gonna get straight, so my head might get in the way for a second. Alrighty, that looks good. There we go. All right. The next thing is I kind of want to do this situation of putting the brick wall onto this mixed media. But I think what I want to do first is put my plants down with the foam tape behind it, because it's kind of going to, the foam tape is going to be used to hold the brick wall down also. I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the wall, but these plants kind of need to hold it up also. So I'm just going to put some foam tape behind some of these plants. Now I'm just going to place these lightly onto the brick wall. I feel like we should just do that now. Put this guy maybe here. Oops. Alrighty. Alright, so let's press the flowers down. That will stick it to the card base, and then we're just going to use our precision glue tool here, and we're just going to put a few dots just in various places along the wall and stick that down. Put something heavy on top of it so that it stays for a second. Put some glue here. A longer period of just chilling for a second. Let's put this on top of it. So the good thing is that because I already cut out all of these little plants, the next card that I make with these plants already have a bunch of these done. Actually, I could probably just make another one of these and use up the rest of the plants. But yeah, so, you know, already, if you're going to stamp out these tiny images, you might as just well do them all at one time, color them at one time, and then save them for a later project, so then it could be a little bit faster the next time you go to do it. Let's see if this is done. Yeah, I think this is good. So here we go. That's the finished card, you guys. I think that's really cool. I love the background, the mixed media art piece of it, which is really cool. I love like it has that golden hue through the green. It has a bunch of texture and cute little flowers. So I hope you were able to learn a few things from this video, especially the glue dots when you're stamping down a whole thing of stamps and you don't want to remove them from the backing paper or the backing plastic. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Make sure that you head over to Picket Fence Studios by clicking the links down below to find all the products that I used. It lets them know that I sent you over there, and then I get a small commission at no cost to you for doing your shopping. Also, thumbs up this video. If it's something that you liked, please do that. It lets the algorithms know that you participated in something amazing, and it puts me out there. Click that bell so that you know new videos are coming out. Subscribe if you haven't. I mean, hello. Oh, I had an outfit change too, you guys, from the beginning of this video to this one, because it's over 2 days. So that you're probably like, what is happening? And then also, was that the last thing? I think that's the last thing that I can remember. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and click that bell. So until next time, Bromies, I'll talk to you soon.